Valve's horde-infected shooter might just be one of the most significant games to release, and like many of other Valve's IPs, this one had impacted the industry in a way most game companies can only really dream of. I actually never got around to playing the original Left 4 Dead before, so while this may be a bit embarrassing to say, I missed out on the cooperative zombie shooter, and unfortunately this one also came out when I was a bit too young to have a job, and I had to rely on my folks to get me my games. And I also only had a PS3 at the beginning of this generation, so I just never got around to experiencing this original outing back then, back when the game came out. And I had some friends on here, via YouTube as well, who were just really heavily into it, and they wanted me to jump in and play with them, but I just wasn't able to for the reasons I just stated. So yeah, this series always sort of eluded me back then, but I was excited to finally play this one. While I didn't have a posse or a group of people to join me this time around, I still very much was interested in checking out the original 360 code here. So that's what I did. I'm going to share my thoughts playing this one solo with AI companions across all 5 campaigns, excluding the downloadable content, which I didn't check out. Right away, you can tell that Valve's shooter is definitely built for co-op play specifically. While you can play this one solo without any issues or needing an internet connection, the game is structured in a way that just sort of feels like episodes on a TV series, starring a group of survivors who just need to make their way across various different areas and terrain in order to escape and get to safety. There's really not a story to kind of go through here. There's some cutscenes that play out, but each character is kind of glossed over, and instead it's more about, the moment-to-moment gameplay experiences of each stage and being put in these impossible situations where zombies, hundreds of them, are just coming at you from every single angle. Now, similar to Valve's other games, you get a title here that makes great use of dynamic physics and environmental objects, and it just helps make each stage feel like a playground. And besides obvious gates or fences preventing you from, going in a specific direction, I like how you also have exploration and some light puzzle and stealth sections here, and pretty much, no barriers to go where you want to go. The idea here is to get to each level's safe room. Now, once you exit, you're pretty much on your own, and you have to survive and get through hordes of zombies, to get yourself through these stages. And it's a simple loop that is just highly addicting, and even after all these years, I found myself easily getting into the game, and the controls just feel excellent and right at home with an easy UI, simple yet well thought out levels. And what's nice as well is that there doesn't seem to be any, repetition when it comes to the layout of the zombies either. The game actually mixes up the placement of different zombies, and so, if you go back to like replay a stage, for example, you may have fought like hordes in one particular area, but when you go there again, you might find that it's less busy or there's less zombies in that section, maybe different types of zombies. So the game really does a great job of mixing it up to the point where it's not really the same experience over and over and over again, and you can easily see that that is why people kept coming back to this game time and time again, and you just never really had the same experience twice. Now, visually, Left 4 Dead runs on Valve's proprietary Source engine. This was a very scalable engine back then that ran well just about on any PC hardware at the time, and it could also easily be ported to consoles. The Xbox 360 to say the least. It's a very clean presentation throughout. Now, the gameplay we're watching here is from the game running via back compat on Series X, and the Xbox Series X has upgraded this game with a full native 4K resolution, and the frame rate still stays at the original 30 FPS, but man, does this game just look clean now. There's really no aliasing present in the image. The distant detail is just clear and visible, and while the game definitely looks simplistic, I found that there's a bit more of an artistic direction, sort of like something that looks like, pseudo anime-esque style visuals. It just really comes alive during the 4K resolution increase. Overall, I think the graphics here look pretty good. There's great dynamic lighting effects that just make their way beautifully onto the console version here, and with the enhancement now, besides having 60 FPS, which would have been nice, I didn't feel like I was really losing out on anything visually, at least by playing the console version. Audio-wise, it's excellent news yet again. You just get this fun banter between the characters, so the group kind of clashes, back and forth and yells out as well when they need help, and you'll mostly be hearing this throughout your runtime playing the game. It's helpful though, they'll yell out when certain enemies are around, such as witches, so it sort of gives you a heads up to proceed with caution, and they also let you know when ammo is around too. So even if you're not playing with like the most helpful teammates, there are some concessions made here to at least give you certain cues as to what's happening around you. And overall, I like the audio presentation. It's a simple, sounding game. It doesn't do anything extraordinary, but it does a good job. And you hear zombies just all around you, and some of the echoing from the guns regarding different environments that you sort of play in, some of the reverb and stuff like that. It's a game that is just designed to be, more helpful and adds ambience. And of course, you get some nicely themed music to go along with that. But given that the audio is more for competitive or cooperative play, it tends to be more helpful and more designed to give you certain cues when things are going on instead of being just more cinematic. And let's change hands and take a look at the Left 4 Dead box art on Xbox 360. This cover art is just so iconic. I love the simplicity of it and, exactly how it fits into the logo there. It's just quite excellent. Nice look at the spine there. Again, everything's kind of color-coded in the green and red. It looks really nice with the 360 cases as well. We got to look at all the characters there and the various different campaigns and modes available in the game. So that's pretty cool. Now, as we open it up here, we got a beautiful, clean copy of the game disc. The Series X just had no issues reading this, and my Xbox 360 either. And as we take a look at the manual here, it's just perfect. It's exactly the type of manuals that we want to kind of see with these games. So you get full, look at that 2-page artwork with easy, legible text and an excellent color scheme with just the art and stuff on top of that. It's just an excellent, well put together manual. Information on all the enemies there in the game, just everything that you want to know about. And I think it's just really well put together. It's a very clean looking design, which I really, really appreciate. So that's pretty cool. Now, included with my box copy here is an Xbox Live voucher for 48 hours of free gold, as well as, I thought people would like this, a free trial for Netflix as well, which I think is pretty interesting back when they were shipping out DVDs with Netflix. So yeah, now that Xbox 360's live store is closed, you can't redeem these codes anymore. Not that it would matter anyway, because I'm sure this expired long ago. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting and included with the case there. But nice look at the box art. I must say that when I started playing this game, I was actually very concerned that I wouldn't have been able to fully enjoy Left 4 Dead's campaigns with AI companions, but actually it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. The AI helps you almost immediately once you get downed, and they're pretty good at sticking together as well and even helping people out. It sucks though, I missed out on the core experience of playing this game with a group of friends I had, and I'm sure the game just transforms beyond what was possible during my time with it when you have all that. But regardless, I still found Left 4 Dead to be a fun time, and I was very happy with the updated visuals from the 4K resolution boost on Series X. Not that I couldn't have probably ran it on my PC anyway, but it's just nice to see that this game gets upgraded with that performance or that resolution enhancement, excuse me. But it's a bit sad as well because this game was actually delisted on Xbox consoles specifically, meaning that if you don't have the original game disc, you can't return to this version if you never downloaded it beforehand. It's a shame, but it's also a bit weird as well, because the original game as well as its sequel, Left 4 Dead 2, is still fully purchasable on Steam. So I wonder if this is a Microsoft issue as to why they don't have it up on their storefront. In any case, I may be late to the party here, but it's still a fun party regardless. And I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say regarding this game back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you guys have some wild stories about some times you played with your friends and stuff like that. And I still, see some people jump into Left 4 Dead 2 time and time again. So I'm actually curious to see what that experience is like when I try out that game sometime in the near future. But let me know what you guys think. And as always, we'll talk later. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Thanks.